everyone, I'm Joe Tate, and this is HeelBook Unleashed. For as far back as my memories go, I have loved pro wrestling. Watching it, going to the live shows, reading everything I could about it, watching it again. I remember getting in trouble as a small kid for calling the WCW hotline and getting that inside scoop from Mean Gene Okerlund. I think my parents had to take a second mortgage out on their house. My grandfather was the one that introduced me to wrestling, though I don't know exactly when that was, but I can't remember a single Monday night as a kid not sat with him on that couch watching Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Nitro, flipping back and forth. The Monday Night Wars was when life really made sense to me as a young boy. As a kid watching at home, it never occurred to me that I could actually be a part of that wrestling world. Even into my early 20s, it felt like something that was very unattainable, or even it would be insane to even try. Yet my love for it never wavered. In fact, I think I've turned to and gotten lost inside pro wrestling so often throughout my life that it's become a bit of an obsession. Not like a really bad obsession, but an obsession nonetheless. I'm in love with storytelling throughout all types of mediums, but when done well in wrestling, I don't think that there exists a better, more well-rounded, evergreen source of entertainment than pro wrestling. And if you're hearing me say pro wrestling and your mind goes to promotions like WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, you're not wrong. But when I say pro wrestling, I'm actually referring to all pro wrestling, every one of the independent companies that exist in the world and through this country. Independent wrestling is what makes it all go round. Sure, the big guys have production value and the big stars and sometimes even more in-depth storytelling than the smaller guys, but there's something independently special about each and every independent promotion. The guys and gals that dedicate their lives to performing and producing, writing, marketing, and engaging with independent wrestling, that's inspiring stuff to me. To love this thing so much that you can't help but to be a part of it. That's where HeelBook Unlimited comes in. I had this idea years ago, but when my time on the wrestling sidelines was over and I was able to carve myself a spot at Valor Pro Wrestling as the voice of Valor, Joe Tate, I knew that it was time to strike. After being with VPW for a bit, I kind of encapsulated my vision, I backed it up with data and research, and then I showed it to a couple of the guys on the VPW team, and they loved it. And ever since then, I have been taking steps to unleash HeelBook on the world. When talking about HeelBook, it's difficult to do if we don't separate it into two parts. Part one is what we have here and now. And part two is what we intend to build in the future with the help of you and our community. Part one of HeelBook is exciting. It's our very own fantasy booking game. This is a free-to-play fantasy booking game where we make our picks based on our booking prowess. Now I'm going to take you guys through the game. So here it is, HeelBook Unlimited. Listen, guys, we designed this in this way on a Google Sheets app so that we could easily make updates and bug fixes and do so in a way that was fast and affordable. But once we as a community get all the bugs ironed out, all the additional features we want to include on this thing, that's when we're going to kind of go a different way and upgrade it. But for now, this is the best way for us to get there. So you'll be taken to this login screen for HeelBook Unlimited. You'll have your login. This is me. I've got it here already. I'm going to log in, and then I'm going to take you guys through what it's like to actually get your picks in on the app. Okay, so when you log in, this is where you'll be taken. This is the main hub of HeelBook Unlimited. It starts by default on the booking screen, but we're going to take you over first to the dashboard. This is where you're going to see announcements. So this right now is just where we are now in early access beta. You can sign up with us. You can play along with us. We've got our Discord server you can join. This, where you're watching this right now, HeelBook Unleashed is on YouTube. All the kind of announcements that pertain to HeelBook Unlimited will be here. This is also where you will see upcoming matches for the evening. This is like just an area that I will update so you can see what matches are coming up, your leaderboard stuff. Once you make your picks and we run the calculations and we score everything, you will see your earned points reflected for each. We do, instead of seasons and Instead of leagues and seasons, we do series and chapters. So as you earn points for a chapter, you'll see them here. So even if you're playing WWE series, AEW series, whatever it is, all that stuff is separate and shown here once you have done. So now I'm going to take you guys to the booking tab. This is where it all goes down. It's fairly simple, and again, that's on purpose. Right now, for this purposes, we're going to navigate to WWE series. Right now, we are going to start fresh with Chapter 11, Crown Jewel. That's the next major PLE that they have. And then we navigate here to the event tab where we're going to see Monday Night Raw. And again, these get updated almost daily. So like every time there's an event, I come in here and I kind of prepare all this for us. And then we'll go to match 1. For this, I've only got 2 matches set up. This is excellent. So for matches, sometimes there will be bonus questions attached to them. And when there is, they will pop up here just like you've seen here. The question is, will Randy Orton hit the RKO? Well, I think he will. I think that's probably a safe bet. My next question, the thing I have to fill out and figure out is, who do I think is going to win the match? What direction do I think the WWE is going when they're giving me this match? What are we building to? What's the storyline? What's kind of the score between the two guys already? All those things sort of play a factor into my decision making, and that is going to be the crux of what HeelBook Unleashed is. Every event, every show that we cover on the game, I'm going to come on here and give you guys those matches, my breakdowns of them, my strategy, my thinking, my thought process of where we're going and how we're getting there. And then you guys can make your decisions and your booking based on your experiences. And take my advice, don't take my advice. Doesn't always pan out the way I think it will, but I'm pretty good. So for this one, I'm going to pick Randy Orton. I think he's going to go over. This is the next important part of HeelBook Unlimited, is the finish mechanisms. If you guys are fans of wrestling, you know that there are many ways a match can end. What we've done here at HeelBook is we've tried to encapsulate them and represent them to the best of our ability. And again, this is where you guys come in. Play the game. Make your notes, make your suggestions. I want to read them all. I want to be a part. I want you guys to be a part of building the future of HeelBook. So for now, what we've done is for the main categories for the finishes, we've got 3 main categories: clean win, dirty win, and shenanigans. And I'll take you guys through them. Okay, clean win is pretty self-explanatory. We think he's going to win clean. So the subcategory is we've got some options here for pinfall, submission, or countout. Now that's great. That's going to be just like a one-on-one basic match. Storytelling is going to be good. It's going to go down. We're going to get a clean finish. Great. But let's say we kind of know Gunther, right? Let's say maybe Gunther's going to come out, but we don't think he's going to do it clean. Well, we got some options. If we think he's going to win dirty, our options become then cheat, trickery, or win by countout through questionable means, right? So if you think it's a dirty win and it falls under one of these categories, that's what you choose. Shenanigans is a fun one, and it's one that gets played quite often. If we think Gunther is going to go over Randy Orton due to some shenaniganery, well, that's what I'm going to pick. And then there's a couple of options for shenanigans. Each main category, we've tried to divide into 3 subcategories as well. So do the math on that. We're covering all our bases here. For the shenanigans, someone can win due to shenaniganery via distraction, which is not physical interference, or interference, which is physical interference in the matchup, or by disqualification. If you get disqualified by something that you do, you would make that selection here. In our additional comment section, this is great. So this is say I think that Gunther's going to win shenanigans. I think Kaiser's going to come out and interfere with the match. Maybe I got something funny I want to say here. Kaiser ruined it all. Now, that might be true, and that whatever message you want to say, Kaiser ruined it all. He ruined the matchup. It was a perfectly good matchup, and then Kaiser ruined it. This is not going to count towards your score, but this is a place where you can kind of express yourself in every single matchup. Once I'm pretty confident about my selection, I'm going to hit submit, and then you'll be greeted with a successful submission message prompt. And again, if you try to submit this again to try to earn those extra points, forget about it. You're going to get met with a, hey, you've already done this. Duplicate data, not allowed. Perfect. So that submission is made. what I'm going to do now is just navigate to the next match in Raw, match number 2. Resets everything. We've got the Wyatt Six taking on American Made. Now, listen, American Made might win this matchup, but I don't think it's going to be very clean. I don't think it's going to be a straight up win. I think they will cheat. I really do. And this doesn't apply, so I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And then I submit this in the same way. And if there was a bonus question linked to that, you would have saw that. So make sure you're checking for those bonus questions because they're important and they provide extra points. Prediction made successfully. We're good to go. So say we're done with booking Monday Night Raw. We just clear this form. I will go ahead and navigate to the AEW section. We are in full gear. We're building towards that. We've got a match to pick. Who we got? Oh, well, it's Dynamite, first of all. One match on Dynamite. What match are we choosing? We have Roosh versus the Beast Mortos. I put this here selfishly just because I'd love to see this matchup. I know that these guys would be an incredible match to watch. Anyway, this is how it's going to win. Actually, I think Mortos might go over, but he's got friends, right? Like we might see a little bit of distraction. Sometimes these fields might populate automatically, but go ahead and you can change it around. There's any friction there, just play with it. It's okay. Submit that. Now I've got my pick in for Dynamite. Now again, these matches, there'll be more matches for each event, obviously, but this is for demonstration purposes. Once I've done that and picked AEW, I'll go ahead and clear this form again. And now one extra really cool feature about HeelBook Unlimited is that, like I said, we're building all month towards the big payoff show, right? So we're earning these points, we're banking them. But on the payoff shows, for instance, if you've been following VPW all year long with us, the big chapter payoff that we've been building towards the whole time, we as players get to take our earned points and bet them on matches, or not. We have a card and then we decide which matches we want to bet our points on. The bets work like double or nothing. So if you put 50 points on, let's go through it. If we want to put, again, for match 1, I'm going to put Duke Lawrence. If you notice, the bet points field has populated because it knows that this is a payoff show match. So for the finish, for payoff shows, it doesn't matter. You can put anything in here. It will not factor into the calculations at the end. The only thing that matters is the winner of that match for the payoffs. So for here, if I wanted to put 50 points on Duke taking that win, I would submit that, and then when points calculated, I would receive 100 points if I'm right. Now, it's not going to happen now because I actually don't have a bank earned up for this, but this is how it works. We build all month towards the payoff shows, the chapter finales. Then we take those earned points, we bet them on whichever matches we think we know are going to win. And there's so much strategy that goes into that because you don't know what the people you're playing against. You don't know who they think is going to win. You don't know how many of the matches that they're actually putting points on. So you really don't know how to spread your points. It's a matter of earning as many points as you can throughout the chapter, and then making smart bets at the end of it to crown the champion. So guys, in essence, this is how we engage with all the wrestling that we're already watching anyway. Like if you're anything like me or any of my friend group, you're already engaging in wrestling in this way in terms of you're watching every show, you're making your predictions, at least in your head based on where you think things are going, right? So this is not a far stretch. This was a way for me to further engage with my friend group, with the thing that we're already engaging with about, and now unleashing it to the world, to you, build a community around it. And I can't wait to have you guys start playing this game with us. And guys, that kind of brings us to part 2 of what HeelBook is. My vision for HeelBook Unlimited is that we want to be the place for all independent promotions and talent to have a place and a space to promote themselves, to gain their own traction, to build and engage their own audiences, all within our platform. So that's kind of the goal, and we're already working with several independent promotions. I'm also working with a very talented young web developer, and the website is available. You can go look at it now, heelbook.net. But soon, this young guy who's very passionate about the project is going to be unleashing the new web presence of HeelBook Unlimited. And I can't wait to share that with you guys as well. And specifically, this is the part of HeelBook where you and the community will play the biggest role. But with time, excitement, and support, we can and will become the one-stop destination for all things pro wrestling. Well, thank you guys for watching today's video. That's going to do it for me. But please do like, share, subscribe, and specifically share this with any of your friends or family that are wrestling fans. And you know they're out there. You know at least 15 wrestling fans in your life. Share this. Let them join the community. Let them play fantasy booking with us. HeelBook Unlimited. Thank you guys for tuning in to HeelBook Unleashed, and be on the lookout for the next episode.